You were quick. That was a quick move.
Thank you, leaders police. What's your reaction to a whistleblower allegation that the executive branch has been keeping Congress in the dark about collecting alien aircraft and debris and using it to develop technology?
Well, I haven't seen that report. Obviously, we're concerned about Congress being kept in the dark from a lot of these agencies. You just saw Jamie Comer yesterday announced that there will be contempt of Congress charges brought against Wray if he doesn't turn over documents to the committee. You saw Mike McCall last week finally getting Secretary Blinken to turn over those descent cables from the Afghanistan debacle when Blinken initially wasn't going to inform Congress of the things that we ought to have. We have a legal oversight ability to see there. After a threat of contempt of Congress, Blinken finally turned that over to the committee. So our committees are doing robust oversight. We've seen a lot of stonewalling from federal agencies on a lot of fronts. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Come on now. Talk about hockey or no?
Republicans have been succeeding since the beginning of the year. If you were here for my remarks, you would know. Do not underestimate Kevin McCarthy and the House Republicans.
Yeah, we'll add to that. Go look historically at how many Republicans, in the percentage of Republicans in previous Republican majorities voted for a debt ceiling package, because this one actually addressed spending, lowered spending, went after some of the radical regulations coming out from the Biden administration. So a much higher percentage of Republican votes than we've seen in the past as well. Yes?
So freshman Congresswoman Anna Paulina wrote on Twitter that she's concerned that the FBI informant in the Biden bribery scheme fears he will be killed if unmasked. Can you confirm whether or not that's true, and also just your personal thoughts on it?
I don't know about that particularly. Obviously, the members of the committee have been much more involved in the whistleblowers. We have heard some alarming reports about the concerns that some of these whistleblowers that are coming forward are expressing, some of the abuse and harassment they've been getting from the agencies. Look, there are whistleblower protection laws that are on the books for a reason, and if any whistleblower is being threatened, that needs to be taken very seriously by the Justice Department. It's the law to protect whistleblowers who come forward. You know, whether those allegations are valid or not is something that Congress and law enforcement need to decide. But if somebody brings a whistleblower complaint, it needs to be looked into without threat of attack, harm, or retribution.
Thank you. This morning, the White House circulated to the press the Washington Post article stating that the allegations contained in the document was reviewed by the FBI at the time, and I'm quoting,
When you say the document, are you talking about the document that Jamie Comer is seeking from Wray to have the full access from the committee?
Yes, this is what
Yeah.
is taken right now. And they say, according to the sources familiar with the investigation, was found to not be supported by the facts. How do you respond?
Well, why would the White House then be trying to block the facts from coming out? Because they are. Right now, Jamie Comer is having to threaten a contempt of Congress action because the committee's not able to get access to the documents. And think about what these documents allege. I mean, again, these are allegations. The Committee of Jurisdiction Oversight has the ability to get these documents under law, and the White House and the FBI are trying to block our ability to exercise our legal right to go look at those documents. But they deal with an allegation made by a whistleblower that when he was vice president, Joe Biden may have been involved in a quid pro quo pay-to-play scheme. That's something everybody in the press ought to be looking into as well. Whether it happened or not, when you're blocking the facts from even coming to light, how can you say the facts don't back it up? Because the White House is blocking us from even being able to see the facts. So we've got a legal right to get those documents, and we're going to do it, and that's why the contempt of resolution has been put on the table.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
add as a member of the
Yeah,
House.
you're, yeah.
As a member of Intel who has been very involved in FBI oversight, the FBI is not above the law, and congressional committees have oversight of this agency. We have seen again and again on issues their refusal to comply with congressional requests, refusal to even come testify in front of the Hill. That needs to change. We are elected by the American people and are accountable to the American people, not unelected bureaucrats who are abusing their positions of authority. You asked a question about the unmasking. The request is for the document, and you can black out the name in those requests. And it's not just the FBI. We've seen this from the Secretary of State as well, and I want to echo what the leader said in terms of praising Chairman McCall's leadership, Chairman Turner, and Chairman Comer on how they've handled this. But on the whistleblower subject as well, I remember not that long ago when everyone in the press corps was eager to make sure Congress opened an investigation when it came to a whistleblower allegation. And I find it very frustrating that the press now believes that Congress should not even look into a valid whistleblower, claim.
Yeah.
The former president seems to indicate that he believes an indictment is coming soon from the special counsel's office. We saw Chairman Jordan send a letter asking for more information from the special counsel. What role are House Republicans going to play in terms of publicly defending the former president should an indictment come as his legal challenges continue?
Well, we put a committee in place to look into the weaponization of government. We've seen this on so many fronts where you've got some people in some federal agencies who have abused their power to go after their political enemies. That is not the role of the federal government. You see that happening in banana republics. It should never be accepted in the United States of America. And we've seen it from a number of federal agencies, some people within them, bad actors who are part of the federal bureaucracy. And we're going to root it out because we've seen it. We've got a committee that's in place to look into it in a much more detailed way.
Do you think that applies specifically to the situation with former President Trump?
Not sure where that ultimately is going. Obviously, we're looking into a lot of things that we've seen in terms of direct examples of abuses of federal agencies. We'll do one more. Yeah.